Hi guys, in this video I would like to focus on KeySecure web management interface and specifically around error message that we get when we try to log on to the system on the first time, as the system presents self-signed certificate, and obviously our browser are not happy about it. Let me take you through the steps that shows how you create a valid certificate. I'm going to use a free tool on the internet that allow me to create a certificate based on Let's Script infrastructure. You can see the URL on the top. The first time you log on there, you will need to type your email address and domain name. It will generate account key that you can use later on. If you generate your own CSR, you can paste it in the main frame, or you can just type a domain name. Also, please note that I'm going to use DNS verification method. It means that you need to have an access to DNS records that you can modify. So I click on Next. I click on No. It will take time to generate CSR, and you will see it on the screen. System generated CSR. I will store it for now. Not necessarily I will need it, because in the next step I will get my own certificates. In my next step, a system will create my key account. That very next time you come to the system, you can just copy paste, and the process will be quicker. The next step, system will try to validate your ownership on the DNS records, and specifically done because I selected a DNS verification. I need to make sure I have a specific text record in my DNS. So this is DNS that I use for my demo labs. I will make a Acme Challenge KeySecure record, as it shows here, and then I will need to make very specific value. So this is what web server will looking for to validate that I own these records. To make sure, before I click on Next, to make sure that my DNS records already propagated, I will go and make NS lookup from my own machine. And here I need to match and at least see that the record matches between the two. So this is exactly what web server will do. And if everything is okay, on my next step I have my certificate and my private key. So this information that I need, and I will put it in file for my next step. Also note that a certificate itself will show two different parts. So certificate for the node and a chain certificate. So whenever you do copy and you use it, make sure you have two parts in your certificate file. So I'm going to save my private key in temporary folder. And I'm going to save my certificates as well. Next, we need to combine those two together to get PKS12 file. KeySecure requires us to have it in a specific format. So I'm going to show you command with OpenSSL that will encrypt this file, PKS12 file, with DS3 key. The command will use particular parameters. But before we going with OpenSSL, I would advise you to make variable settings for your environment, and this particular run file equal .rnd. Without these settings, I got some error messages on OpenSSL command. So this is our OpenSSL command. I need to specify my public key and the private key, and I also need to specify what is the output of this command will be. I will also give it common name. The certificate we got from previous website is not password, but KeySecure would like to have a passphrase. So I have my files that I work with. I have my resulting file. KeySecure require FTP or SCP protocol for me to deliver this certificate to KeySecure. For this reason, I will use a side Linux instance that I have access to, and I will upload my certificates over there. The next step is to log on to KeySecure itself, command line interface. This operation, as we know, available only from CLI. So I will go under configuration, and command that we need is import webadmin certificate. I will choose method 2 because I have a username and password, the IP address of my Linux machine, the username and password, and the file name. Here I will need my passcode, and I need to approve import for the certificate, and I get my output saying the certificate was successfully imported. If I go back, I will close my website with the error. I will open it again, and this time I don't see any error and certificate is valid, and very nice first impression whenever you try to log on to web console. You need to know that the certificate that I use with Let's Script valid for 30 days. So from time to time you will need to reset or do the same operation again. For now, that's it. Thank you for watching.